And deadly gas combined to kill 5 people in Menominee County, Michigan. Governor Thompson springs a surprise on Manitowoc, and the makers of airplanes set up shop at the EAA. We'll have those stories and more next on tonight's Action 2 News at 10.
From the land of sky blue waters,
no matter what your idea of fun is, it's always better when you top it off with a great tasting Hams beer. You'll find the land of sky blue waters in every Hams.
Hams, the beer refreshing Hams.
For many years, we have told you it's important to know the law. What's even more important is to know your lawyer. Choosing can be difficult, but there are ways to discover if the lawyer you are considering has the very special experience needed to handle serious injury cases. It's an important decision. Choose carefully.
At Habish, & Davis, knowing the law is knowing how to win.
WBAY TV2 Green Bay. Now, from Northeast Wisconsin's news leader, Tom Zalaski, meteorologist George Graffis, and Bill Jartz on sports. This is Action 2 News at 10.
Good evening. The people around Menominee, Michigan are feeling the loss tonight of 5 people who died in a freak farm accident this morning. The 5 were working near a manure pit inside of a barn on the Elmbrook Dairy Farm at about 9 this morning. Methane fumes, a byproduct of manure, overcame one of the workers who fell into the pit. Others tried to save him, but also fell into that 12-foot deep pit, inhaling the deadly methane. Authorities say the weather played a role in trapping the gas in that barn.
Because of the extreme heat and high humidity, I'm sure played some role in the extent of the gas coming out.
4 of the victims are related. One of them, a child, was transported to Milwaukee's Children's Hospital where he died late this afternoon. Now, the names of those victims are being withheld pending notification of family members. Severe weather was the cause of at least 2 incidents this afternoon. In the town of Chase, a farmer plowing his field was struck by lightning. He's hospitalized tonight, his condition not known. And in the town of Little River near Oconto, lightning struck and torched a mobile home. Nobody hurt, nobody home at the time of that fire. Governor Thompson is back in the capital tonight, not Madison, but Manitowoc. That's the capital for a week. As Tom Hayes tells us, it's a city with something to smile about tonight.
The governor had some sweet news for Manitowoc. Riverfront Industries is buying an Ohio company.
And it means 150 new manufacturing jobs and up to 30 administrative jobs.
Crown Stores Equipment manufactures retail store fixtures. Earlier in the evening, the governor looked at fixtures of a different kind, from ships and submarines on display at the Manitowoc Maritime Museum. In a ceremony outside the museum, Thompson honored United States submarine veterans of World War II.
Today we recognize and honor the 336 officers and men who lost their lives during World War II while serving aboard 4 Manitowoc submarines.
45 years ago today, the USS Rabelow was sunk. It was one of 28 subs built in Manitowoc during the war. The governor's tour of duty also included a stop in Two Rivers to talk about a dredging project in Two Rivers Harbor. And in Green Bay this morning, the governor joined Bart Starr to talk to kids about drugs.
We're playing with a very deadly enemy, but you people are winning.
Governor Thompson pledged to pass tougher penalties for underage drinking and mandatory prison terms for people who sell drugs near school or other youth activity sites. Tom Hayes, Action 2 News, Manitowoc.
Fort Howard Corporation's top official tonight says that if they can't expand their Green Bay operation, they may not have a future here. Paul Sherrill says the Environmental Protection Agency's denial of an expanded dumping permit will make it difficult for the company to stay competitive.
The issue has to be resolved, at least insofar as our existing capacity is concerned. Otherwise, eventually, we'd have to shut the machines down.
This comes on the heels of Fort Howard's plans to expand their plant in Georgia. That expansion will mean 200 jobs and 500 construction jobs for the state. Now, tonight on Action 2 News at 6, Governor Thompson talked about the Fort Howard situation and said that he is optimistic the company will get the permits it needs.
And we're going to work with Paul Sherrill and Fort Howard, and I'm confident and I'm very optimistic that we'll get the permits necessary for Fort Howard to expand here in the state of Wisconsin.
And the governor said environmental laws like dumping limits don't turn business away from Wisconsin, and that good environmental laws and business expansion go hand in hand. The cost of security during the Chippewa spearfishing season may not be covered by the proposed state budget. Claims from just over 100 sheriffs and police departments total over $1 million. The current budget allocates just $700,000 for this year's security expense claims. A new book on the 1988 presidential campaign says Michael Dukakis knew he blew it. The Democratic nominee says it happened during the second debate with President George Bush. Dukakis says he blew it when he reacted without emotion to a question about the possibility of his wife Kitty being raped and killed. Aides to Dukakis say they were baffled at the fumbled answer because Dukakis had practiced his answer more than 13 times. The B-2 bomber is causing a division in Congress tonight. The story of the House dividing by two when we come back.
Tonight's Action 2 News is being brought to you by Wisconsin Bell.
Mommy? Yeah? Can I call Grandma?
Okay. You used to make long-distance calls on special occasions. Today, it's a commonplace event. Thanks to Wisconsin Bell's high-quality service and variety of money-saving calling plans. But no matter how everyday a long-distance call has become, it hasn't lost its magic.
Hello? Hi, Grandma. I called by myself.
Wisconsin Bell.
It's who you are.
Save the special moments in your life with an RCA Camcorder from Best Buy. You'll get an autofocus 6-to-1 power zoom lens, excellent 3-lux low-light capability, and an advanced flying erase head that lets you start, stop, and insert scenes without glitches. Complete with a telephoto lens, hard case, and a full 1-year warranty, it's yours for just $999 at Best Buy.
What you need, how you feel, every day of your life.
Hi, I'm here to announce a dramatic improvement at Shopko. It's called underpricing, but it's much more than just a word. Underpricing is a whole new way to do business, and you'll notice the difference with lower prices every time you shop, so you'll save money, lots of money. The lowest possible prices every day, that's underpricing, and that's the only way Shopko will do business from now on.
Introducing underpricing at Shopko, because if it's not underpriced, it's overpriced.
Leave this place.
You okay, dear? You'll find the land of sky blue waters in every Hams.
Hams of being refreshing.
A setback tonight for President Bush and his stealth bomber. The House has voted to limit the funding of the radar-evading jet. The House slashed a quarter of the president's $4.7 billion request. The legislators want the White House to come in with a lower demand.
What we've got to do is go back, scrub those numbers, and see whether it is not possible to come up with a program that is politically acceptable and more affordable.
House members say in this time of huge deficits, 132 bombers costing $70 billion just won't fly. A new twist tonight in the crash of United Flight 232, a twist which could turn into a scandal. It has to do with General Electric in Cincinnati, where the plane's engines were made. A congressional committee has told the Federal Aviation Administration that rejected Air Force engine parts may have been used in the ill-fated jet. GE says no rejected parts were used anywhere on that plane. The congressional committee has called for an investigation into those allegations. Well, the buzz of activity on the grounds of Whitman Field in Oshkosh will soon be replaced by the buzz of activity in the air. It all happens tomorrow. That's when most of the visitors to the EAA convention are expected to arrive. Now, Jerry Burke is standing by live at Whitman Field, and he says the convention, this is a must for any firm involved with aviation. Jerry.
Well, Tom, you know, to hear the aviation companies tell it not being here would be a costly mistake, in that it would send the wrong message to people who are interested in aviation. They are all here, the big names in general aviation: Piper, Beechcraft, Cessna, and there are all the other ones, right down to the firms that make the rivets and the bolts. And every one of the companies, regardless of size, all say this is the one aviation event in the world they don't dare miss.
I think we would be conspicuous by our absence. Piper is a very important name as far as personal aviation is concerned. We've been a leader in the business for over 50 years. We should be here. We're happy to be here. We see our customers here. We see prospective customers here, and it's a real important show for us.
You know, you've got to maintain your profile within the aviation community in order for people to know that, you know, you're alive and well and in business and ready to sell airplanes.
Lesser-known firms say that's even more so for them at the EAA convention.
We really have to be here just from a matter of survival, because after all, the experimental aircraft industry revolves around home-built aircraft as opposed to production airplanes. And so if you have a home-built kit for sale and you're not at Oshkosh, then you just don't exist. And so
you couldn't survive.
You couldn't survive, right. No one would take you seriously.
That young man is from Baraboo. He is a graduate of Ripon College, and he is one of those people that you always hear about. He took a dream, and with the help of some friends, created the airplane that's behind me, the Cirrus. And Clapmeyer says now, thanks to EAA exposure, that aircraft is providing meaningful employment for both himself and his staff. Tom?
Jerry, you mentioned the companies like Piper and Cessna and Beechcraft. How many people do they bring to that convention?
Surprising, Tom. Piper is sending, for example, 50 people plus 10 aircraft. So it's safe to say that Piper is spending tens of thousands of dollars just so they can be here.
And well worth it, I'm sure.
They say it is, yes.
Okay, Jerry. Thank you very much. Jerry Burke reporting live out at the EAA. Well, Ringo Starr is standing in the way of the Ringo Starr album being released. The former Beatle is blocking the new album's release because he doesn't like the way he sounds on drums. Starr says the quality isn't up to par because the producer supplied alcohol at the recording sessions. Well, hot and muggy is it going to stay? George Graffis will be back to tell us when we come back.
Here's to you, America, we share your sense of pride.
Now get clearance deals on new Chryslers and Plymouths with financing as low as 0% or $500 to $2,000 cash back. Get $500 factory cash back on the all-new Plymouth Acclaim. Acclaim has over 50 standard features and 770 protection. Get clearance savings now.
See your Northeast Wisconsin Chrysler Plymouth dealers.
When you think about it, it's not surprising that people love Perkins' new skillet scramblin' so much more than other places' breakfast. After all, we start with the finest cheeses, meats, seafood, and vegetables, and scramble them up with 3 country fresh eggs. Then serve them on a toasted English muffin half with our specialty potatoes and a fresh baked muffin. Where else could you get breakfast this good? At another Perkins.
Hey, baby, it's the arrival of Piarchi's new Manitowoc store.
With prices you'd crawl for.
TDK audio tape, 49 cents each. GE 4-speaker boomboxes, 29 bucks. Panasonic VCRs, $2.75. Magnavox compact stereo, 96. Zenith 27-inch remote console, $4.99. Foam-made answering machine, 49. Koss headphones, $4.99. Sharp CD player, 98 bucks. Hey, baby, it's the Manitowoc grand opening sale.
At all 5 Piarchi Superstores.
It's our school days grand opening sale. To celebrate our new stores in Antigo and Plymouth, all Prangy Way stores will open with special hours Thursday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Price to go, ladies' high-top Reeboks, LA Gear court shoes, or men's high-top Nikes. Your choice, $32.99. Save $12. Or save on colorful Mead theme books, now 4 for $1.
You never overpay. Great savings every day. You never overpay. that springy way.
The latest weather when you need it with George Graffis. Weekdays on 101 WIXX-FM and 1360 WGEE AM.
Police in Washington, D.C. are looking into a bizarre march tonight. It is reported that police marched 24 prostitutes more than a mile out of the city and almost into Virginia. Officers reportedly gave up the march when a newspaper reporter showed up. George does that with his weeds.
I watered them today,
Right
though.
down to Illinois.
I wasn't going to wait for rain. I wanted to get that second crop in, get them in, and they look great too. They look great. They're so tough. I can't even cut them.
You can't beat them, right?
Nah.
Okay.
You got to get a laser gun to get those things out of there. Anyway, what about that one?
That's a fine one.
Isn't that a good one? Isn't this a great one tonight from Aaron Specht? Aaron is 8 years old from Manitowoc and a bright, smiling son, and says that it's just too hot. Boy, well, maybe it is. In fact, it is warmer than normal. Normal, Aaron. I'll get it straight. Anyway, thanks for the picture. You did a good job. Keep up the good work. Now, here's what we've got tonight. Cloudy skies for the most part, and temperature at 74 degrees. We've got 68 degrees on our dew point temperature, and that's why it just feels so muggy, because it is above that comfort line, about 60 degrees. 82% relative humidity. The pressure now is falling a bit at 30 500 inches of mercury. The winds are southwest, 7 miles per hour. The high, 89 degrees. 71 was the morning low. We've had 0.15 of an inch of rainfall. Now, take a look at some temperatures, keeping in mind, of course, that the normal high temperature for this date is about 81 degrees. I don't know why I said that twice. It just came out that way. Anyway, I could have said it 3 times. I spared you that one. It's about 81 degrees. And, you know, one of two things is kind of cockeyed here, either the clock or the weather. And in this case, it's the weather. And it is certainly warmer than normal. Humidities are high. They continue to climb toward that 100% mark. We may see that before morning, and with that, of course, some fog. Other temperatures, 74 to 78 throughout northeast Wisconsin. Across the south and west, you find more 80s. So, indeed, it doesn't get any better when you head out in that direction. All right, we're going to check SpectraScan, and things are really pretty quiet right now throughout northeast Wisconsin. Just a little bit of ground clutter here. We've got a few showers to the south and west, but really things have quieted down quite a bit since earlier today. Now we'll put the weather into motion, starting with the movies, starting early this morning, and find out what happens. Again, we find the same sort of a clockwise flow here. You see this motion as we see moisture and warm air moving northward, fueling and feeding showers and storms throughout the daytime hours all the way up into Wisconsin, and that's really been the key to our weather. Notice this cloudiness right about here. That's a frontal system that's going to be moving into the state tomorrow. That will hold the key to our weather for the next couple of days. As a matter of fact, I'll show you where those systems line up. There's that front. Now, on the other side of that front, with that high pressure system, it is a little bit cooler, but more importantly, it is so much more comfortable. The air is less humid, a lot less humid, and we're looking for that to drop into Wisconsin tomorrow. As it does, it may touch off some very strong storms, especially during the heat of the day when it gets into the central part of the state. But behind that, we will find hopefully a little bit of relief for you in terms of humidity, and maybe that'll last for a day or so as well. The key here to helping this whole thing take place, especially when we get later into the week, is the fact that this high moving that direction will keep all the hot air or the heat to our west, and we'll see this upper flow start to drop in here, allowing this cooler air, allowing that front to make its way into the northeastern portion of the United States. So that is really the key to our weather, and hopefully this will all pan out and things will give you a break in terms of the humidity. Here's how it shapes up for the details. We'll be muggy, we'll see some fog, and maybe an isolated shower tonight. Light wind, 66 to 74 in the south. And then for tomorrow, you've seen this before, humid and a 50% chance of storms. That's a pretty good possibility for tomorrow. 85 north, maybe closer to 90 locally, and a little bit warmer in the valley. So again, it's going to be a real muggy day. We haven't had a normal day of temperature since last Friday. And then tomorrow night, still a 30% possibility for some evening storms, and then the low will drop to 58 to 64, and already you see some improvement there. And 3 to 5 days away, it looks like this: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, Friday, for that first day of the EAA, we are going to be experiencing temperatures closer to normal, less humid conditions, more sunshine. That should hold on Saturday, a little warmer, and maybe some storms coming in on Sunday. So we're hoping, as we've been watching now the maps, for some relief, because I know people are not really complaining, but really wanting a break to this humidity.
Just think about this on January the 5th or so.
I know, I was thinking in 3 months we're going to be shoveling.
Exactly. Okay, thank you, George.
Great for the weeds, though.
All right, a nighttime practice for the Packers tonight. That and more with Bill in sports. But first, tonight's winning Lotto Nighter numbers.
When the tents go up, the prices go down at Gandrud Chevrolet in Green Bay now through July 31st. Purchase any new Chevrolet or Geo and pay just dealer invoice cost. Plus, save even more with factory cash backs. That means you can buy a new Chevrolet for up to $1,000 under dealer invoice cost. For example, get a new 1990 Prism for just $8,519.20 using cash rebate. But hurry, Gandrud Chevrolet's dealer invoice cost sale ends Monday, July 31st. Cleverly hidden behind the Easttown Mall, Green Bay.
Wisconsin Furniture Mart, we have a wide variety of top-quality furniture, like other stores. As you can see, we have sofas, love seats, recliners, and dinettes, like other stores. Some of our name brands are Stratalounge, Lee, Cochran, and DeVille, like other stores. But at Wisconsin Furniture Mart, we sell at the lowest prices, saving you 40 to 70%, not like other stores, and we back what we sell. So stop in. You'll be surprised at what you find at Wisconsin Furniture Mart, 938 Phelps Avenue, Green Bay.
Hurry, hurry, hurry!
Step right up to the Festival of Savings.
Going on now at Milk Fleet Farm.
Enjoy shopping for a summertime bonanza of bargains.
Like great ideas for sporting fun.
You can't miss with this top-quality Porter fiberglass basketball backboard. This 48-inch backboard is easy to mount and only $37.99.
And why not enjoy camping in a comfortable new Coleman sleeping bag? Made with warm 3-pound Info 100 filling. It's machine washable in just $15.99.
Don't miss out.
It's the greatest sale in town.
Shop the Festival of Savings going on now at Mills Fleet Farm.
Coming up next time on Cheers.
I'm glad you find this amusing.
Diane's misfortune is Carla's chance to strike a low blow.
I'm stuck right here.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance.
Pick the geek and win a beer. 3 eggs for a nickel.
That's right. The gang's finally got Diane right where they want her.
Hug her out, baby. Just remember, rats sense fear.
Next time on Cheers.
It's all here for you Wednesday at 10:30 on TV2.
Thank you for making American TV #1 in Wisconsin and the UP.
And thanks to you, American has grown to over 1,400 employees.
Say thanks for making my stereo division the #1 in Wisconsin and the UP. I'm offering this 100-watt Sansui stereo system at my cost. $466 is your price.
Our customers have made my video division #1 in Wisconsin and the UP. To say thanks, I'm offering a 26-inch JVC for $388.
This week, American TV has something at cost in every department to say thank you.
All right, the Packers kind of working a third shift tonight, huh?
That's right, kind of change of the pace. That's what they needed. It'll break things up a little bit. The Packers said they were going to practice under the lights tonight, and they were true to their word. The only problem was it was inside the barn, and that meant a large turnout of fans had limited visibility of all the action. Because of the wet weather, the team decided not to practice at Lambeau Field tonight. No need to tear up the grass there, right? So they moved things indoors to get their second workout of the day in. The night practice is designed to sort of change the routine a bit for the players. Speaking of change, defensive end Robert Brown is in the middle of one right now.
Robert Brown's ability to stop the run has him on the move this training camp. With the departure of Alfonso Carricker to the Broncos, the Packers have moved Brown from right to left defensive end. Everyone hopes it helps put a stop to the opponent's ability to run against the Pack.
Yeah, it's going to be a big challenge for me playing on the left side because that's a strong side of the defense, and it'll be a big challenge for me, but I'm looking forward to playing the left side this year.
The veteran from Virginia Tech is the Iron Man of the Packers. He's played in a current and lifetime team record 104 straight games. Now taking part in his 8th training camp, the switch could actually make the grind seem less taxing.
I'm going to be lined against right tackles that I never played against in the league, so it's just like being a rookie again, playing against all new players. And they're really not going to know my game, and I'm really not going to know their game, so it's going to be a different step for me.
In the situation that he's in, I think he's enjoyed it. It's added some excitement to it because he's got to concentrate a little bit more on what he's doing until he becomes second nature for him. But, all in all, I think he's done a tremendous job, and he's having fun.
There's one other thing Brown would like to see change, the fortunes of the team. He has some lofty goals to achieve before the left end gets out of the game.
Before I'm done playing football, I want to go and win a couple of Super Bowls, and hopefully we can get to one very soon.
Fourth-round pick Eric Affolter has agreed to terms with the team and will be at practice tomorrow afternoon. That's right, no morning practice tomorrow, folks. He joins Walter Stanley and Ron Pitts as those who join the team today. Jeff Napton and Mark Zeno were let go. One others will have to be moved tomorrow to make room for Affolter. The air was a bit sticky tonight in Milwaukee, but it sure didn't stop the ball from flying out of County Stadium as the Brewers and Tigers tangled. Rock and Robin Yount started the long ball parade with this blast. The two-run shot to the opposite field gave Milwaukee a 2-0 lead in the first inning. But Gary Ward was up to bat in the following inning. He made it 2-2 with one swing of his bat, a two-run shot off Teddy Higuera, who started for the Crew tonight. Right now, it is still 2-2 in the ninth inning right now between the Tigers and the Brewers. That big series out west, Oakland salvaged the final game of the series with California. The A's' Ricky Henderson led off with a home run to help pull the A's within one game of the Halos. 9-5 the count there for Oakland. Meantime, Chicago beat Seattle 5-3. It was Kansas City 7, Boston 4. Cleveland outslugged the Yankees 9-7. Minnesota nipped Baltimore, and Texas way out in front of Toronto. National League Philadelphia over Montreal. San Diego 5-3 over Cincinnati. The Bucks over the Mets. It was Atlanta 5, San Francisco 4. Houston leads Los Angeles in the 8th, and the Cards blanked the Cubs 2-0. Midwest League tonight. Good news for Fox's fans. 5-2 the final there. And at the WIAA State Summer Baseball Tournament, Sheboygan North 6-5 over Waukesha South. Here to the basketball now. Tony Bennett, UWGB, right there with a nice assist. Now watch me, breaks in and is fouled on the drive to the hoop. This is at the U.S. Olympic Festival gold medal basketball game out in Norman, Oklahoma. Bennett steps to the free throw line, knocks down a couple of free throws to help lead his team to the win over the East. And Sue Joy Sabota of Madison Municipal won the Women's State Public Links Golf Championship today by 3 strokes over Kim Millies of Edgewood. Jane Krieger, the defending champ of Shawano, finished 7 shots back. The total for the winner was 237. 137 over 3 days. That's not bad.
They deserve to win it then, Bill.
That's right.
Okay, thank you. A paraplegic climbs a cliff. It's an incredible story you've just got to see when Action 2 News returns.
Fun is so contagious at Chi-Chi's, even we're getting carried away. Our new Ultimate Combo is perfect proof. 8 great Chi-Chi's favorites. Cheese nachos at Burro, enchilada, chili con queso, taco beans, rice plus Mexican fried ice cream. All at a price even we don't believe. Chi-Chi's Ultimate Combo. Better hurry in before we have second thoughts.
Chi-Chi, a celebration of food.
WBAY TV and the Green Bay City Center Council are happy to sponsor Summer in the Park. It happens each Thursday, July through September from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Bring your lunch or buy it here, but join us for some great music, comedy, and magic outdoors this summer. This Thursday, July 27th, catch the musical variety of Zomar at the Port Plaza Mall's fountain area, Washington and Pine Streets. In case of rain, entertainment will be held inside Port Plaza Mall. Brought to you by the Green Bay City Center Council and WBAY TV2.
Shop Menards for hot ideas in home improvement, like easy-to-install attached back carpeting. Choose the sculptured beauty of Night Mood or the durability of New Wonder. Both styles are just $8.97 a square yard. And save on Stanley's 1.5 horsepower garage door opener. It's rated #1 by a leading consumer magazine. It's loaded with features, now just $149. Do it yourself and save this week at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
This is it, your last chance for prices this low on quality furniture. Furnishings Unlimited store-wide clearance with guaranteed lowest prices and no interest or payments till November and Sunday at 5. Many remaining styles will never be offered again. Choose from names like Sealy, Lazy Boy, Broyhill, Charles, and Cochran. Save as much as 58%. You'll have to hurry. This sale is over Sunday at 5. Quality furniture at guaranteed lowest prices only at Furnishings Unlimited in Appleton.
And a final weather check with George.
All right, the breakfast forecast shapes up like this. It's going to be muggy, muggy, muggy. We'll have some early fog around, quite humid, maybe a slight chance of a shower in the morning. We'll have a better chance in the afternoon. Temperatures tomorrow morning in the 70s.
All right, George, thank you. And for all your latest news tomorrow morning, Kevin Rampa and Jill Bauer with Action 2 News this morning. It all starts at 6:30. Finally, tonight, it took more than a week, but the 3,200-foot cliff of El Capitan has been conquered by a paraplegic climber. Mark Wellman reached the summit in Yosemite National Park this afternoon. Wellman moved up 6 inches at a time for 8 days. He lost the use of his legs in a 1982 climbing accident. This is ultimate victory for that climber. Speaking of which, Bill Jart's just been handed this note.
This news just brought to me here at Action 2 News. The Brewers have won at County Stadium 3-2. Complete details tomorrow as they become available.
All right. Thank you, Bill. That is our report of Action 2 News. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.
Holy cow.
Tom, George, and Bill's wardrobe provided by Prangies.